What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go ahead and respec our tank. If you're following some of the latest videos on my channel, you'll know that I just switched movement modes. I went to super speed on DCUO, and in doing so, your armories, they get all jacked up, and you can't go ahead and use them. You basically got to respec everything out again. So I already did the DPS video. This is gonna be the tank one. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to show you how I spec out my atomic DPS, my atomic tank, my atomic dank tank for DCUO. All right, here we go. All right, so I haven't spec'd out the PowerPoints yet, and since I've done this before on my channel, I'm gonna try to breeze through it a little quickly. I know I need that. I need proton remedy. I like to have energize as an option. I don't need that breakout. I don't need none of this. That's all I need from there. Alright, the next one's going to be the nuclear tree. Fracture, we'll open up our taunt. We'll need that breakout. We're going to need this. And we're going to need density. Go down to here. Go down to here. Get your pull. That's just 360 pull. We got 4 points left over. Let's make sure we get that dom. That's important. Get that defense. I would get these two, but is there any? I mean, yeah, you can do what you want at this point, basically. If you want to get, let's say something like anything from the Iconics, you can go ahead and do that too, as well. But this is all I really need. So, boom, boom, yep. Iconics, suspend those last 2 points. What the fuck? Wrong button. Alright. So much for breezing through this shit, huh? Yeah, Iconics. Right here. Yep. We'll get that too. Increase the amount of healings I get. And the crit heals. Okay. So, now that we got that, let's go ahead and do a loadout real quick. Tank. That. We're gonna need proton remedy. We'll use user recharge, and that's our breakout. That looks like a loadout right there. You know, we can use density. We'll go like that. These options, baby. This is all you need. Alright, so before going ahead and specking out my actual 222 skill points, which is about to be 223, since everybody may have different amounts of skill points, 60, 120, 250, however many skill points you have, everybody's gonna, spec out a little bit differently so that they can maximize the stat that they want to maximize, which in this case, atomic tanking, you want to maximize dom. So it just depends on how many skill points you got. Now, some things that you should know before specking out your skill points for your atomic tank is that you're going to find dominance in 8 out of the 11 trees that are here. Now, in 4 of those trees, you're going to find it in the first tier. And it's going to just require you to have 4 skill points to open it up here, and then 3 skill points to open it up here. And that first tree will grant you 27 dominance total. Moving on, you got 4 other trees out of the 8 that have dominance in the second tier. Like, let's see, like one-handed, which is my weapon, so I'm gonna have to open up this one anyways. But as you can see, it has it in the second tier. Now, since this is my weapon, I just want to show you a little trick here. What you can do is, if you're running low on skill points, but you have enough just to get right here and start specking that out, if you're going down a tree, all you have to do is spend 1 skill point here, and then that'll open up that dominance right there, and you can spend the rest of your skill points out in that dominance. So another little tip there to maximize your dominance with the amount of skill points that you may have when specking out your atomic tank. What else should I tell you? Okay, so the dominance in the second tier is going to grant you 18 dominance compared to the 27 in the first tier. Now, once you open up weapon mastery, this tier down here, tier number 3, this one's gonna grant you a total of 21 dominance. This is going to grant you a total of 21 dominance if you put all 3 skill points in there. So, knowing this, and knowing that to open up a tree, let's go back to one-handed. To open up a tree, you need to spend 21 skill points within the tree, within everything that's highlighted right now, including these. You know, this will go towards my 21. Once I spend 21 in here, or 20, because you could spend 20 in here, and if you want to open up weapon mastery, you just, you know, spend the 21st one up here. But if you spend 21 within the weapon, within the actual tree, this will light up and become available. So knowing that each weapon mastery to open it up fully is going to be 24 of them, you can take that number and start dividing by the amount of skill points you have to see how many trees you want to go ahead and open up, if you catch what I'm saying. Not only that, with the amount of trees that you're opening up, you're going to make sure that you open up the trees with the dom in the first tier first, and then move on to the trees with the dom in the second tier. Oof. I just wanted to get that out of the way first before I go ahead and spec out my skill points and show you how I spec out my 222, because you may have different amount of skill points. So I want you to go ahead and try to maximize, use a little bit of math, use a little bit of common sense, get familiar with the trees, and use the numbers that I've given you here to maximize the amount of dominance you can get with the skill points you got. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start speccing out the tank. First thing I like to do, super speed. Now, since I more or less know how this ends up for me, and I recommend that anyways, there's always going to be a pull here, get the pull, but it's really just so you can open up these two. I mean, if you're a tank, you really want to have a little bit extra encase resistance and knockback resistance and all that, so it helps out. I like to have it on there, and we'll see if we have 3 left over just in case we want to go ahead and regen some power back after breaking out, which we do often. But if you're rolling, you know, rolling with a good troll in the group, you're good to go. All right, so let's start off with the weapons. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm one-handed, so I'm just gonna open up this tree. To the bottom, I'm not gonna need cleave, so. What else? Now, since we do have to spend, and I know I want to open up this tree because I have 222 and it gives me, like, I think I can open up like 9 armories or something, and 9 no armories, 9 weapon masteries. What I'm probably not gonna open up all 9. I'll probably spend my skill points. We'll see what happens. I don't want to say anything right now, but since I am gonna spend 21 points in here to open this up, I'm gonna go ahead and get some health, critical healing magnitude, and then the rest of the points I'm just gonna go, since this is a battle tank, this is like a real heavy survival tank, I'm just gonna go into restoration. The power will be taken care of by the troll and your power conservation with the power, and you don't really need to be doing damage if you're tanking, especially with atomic. You just go through the combo and you'll be doing damage anyways. And battle tanking is another thing. We just want to be a strong, sturdy tank basically. So once I've opened up, put enough points in here, 21, to open up this weapon mastery, I'm gonna go ahead and get resto. No, resto no. Excuse me. Health and dom. Health and dom. Don't get resto yet. Health and dom. It just depends on how many straggler skill points you have left over at the end. Alright, so now that I'm done spending my skill points with the trees with the trees that have the dom in the first tier, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the trees that have the dom in the second tier. In that last tree that I opened up, dual wield, you might have noticed that I put 2 in power. You know what? I probably could have put them in might. That's an option, you know. But as I said, it's just your preference. That's, you know, if I would have thought that over just a little bit more, I probably would have put them in might. So if you're opening up trees, keep that in mind. Alright. So now we're moving on to the ones that have dominance in the second tier. We're going to open up those weapon mastery trees as well. Hey look, I just noticed that I left one out of the list. So 9 out of 11, right? So I did not put a two-handed in there. So 9 out of 11 have a two-handed. Excuse me. 9 out of 11 have dominance. And we're almost finishing this part up, so might as well come back. So we're gonna get some health. This will help out our heals. We'll get that dom. So 5 have it in that second tier, and 4 have it in that first tier. 9 out of 11 powers. I mean weapons. Alright, let's keep spending points so that we can, you know what, this time we'll go with a little bit of might. We'll spread it between both of them. There we go. And we got 3 left. Okay. So at this point, let's see if we can get cleave, or you know what, just go straight restoration. Spend 3 in restoration, that'll give us 90 restoration total, which will help out our heals even more. So that's if we don't want to go with the breakout option of, what's it called, wait, and super speed, right? Get these 3 options right here and get some power back. And I think you can save an armory with like up to 4 or 5 skill points unspec'd. So you can leave it like this as well, just so you can choose on the fly right before you go into an instance and save the armory. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go for that restoration on the main weapon that I have, so I know that I have 3 additional skill points spent there. As you can see, it's just left over, so no more dom I can actually get, or any other stats that'll really help out. So might as well go with restoration and help out our self heals. And that's it. We got 222 skill points spec'd out. That's how I do it. I hope you learned something, and I hope I taught you something. And if not, shit, I just hope you have fun. Go check out the other videos if you haven't seen them yet. Some tips on armories and respecking after movement mode changes or power changes, and the atomic DPS specking guide as well. Probably have links right here in the video right now, so you can go ahead and check those out right now. Thank you for watching. This is the MadRabbit, and I'm out, y'all. Oh yeah. Don't forget this shit. Go to your armory and save that shit. Yes, sir. Imprint all. Thank you very much. And that is how you do it. And as you can see, my armor should work now. DPS. Give it a few seconds, and we'll go see if our tank armory works. There we go. They work. Alright. Only 6 more armories to go. All right, take it easy, y'all. Bye.